whatever it is you're trying to do, things can move around, but you can relax that things don't look like maybe you think they should right now. You can have faith that you're going to get the right result because you have faith in the system. So relax and accept the wobble is 5 people said they were coming and nobody showed up. Well, if you introduce them right using a system, that doesn't mean you're not on target. That's just wobble. But if you start changing your plan and changing your game every time something changes in front of you, you will never get beyond where you are. You just won't. Another example that illustrates this, that has nothing to do with shooting, you can sit there, nothing to do with shooting, is my map example. I give this all the time. But to me, it's the same thing as this. Everybody in this room, well, most people in this room have never been to my house. Very few people have. But if I were to give you very detailed instructions on how to get to my house, I mean, stand up, take a left if you're on this side of the room, take a right on this side of the room, walk out, take a left, walk down. I mean, that detailed. Now, there may be 2,000 different commands to get to my house from here in Las Vegas, but everyone in this room could get there. Some could get there fast because you could run, fly, drive. Some could get there slow because you might have to walk, crawl, but everybody could get there. But this is the big point about maps. If you were 100% doing everything right, 100% on your way to my house, with absolute no uncertainty, but halfway through the instructions you looked around, you would not see my house. Nor would you see anything that gave evidence of my house. This is a big point. You won't see it. When would you see my house? At the very last part of the steps, almost the very last step, when I said take a right, look up, that's my house. Most people in this business and life, most people, they're constantly changing their directions based upon what they see. That's the equivalent of you standing in this room saying, okay, I'm going to go to Earl's house, I'm going to try that door. And then looking around the hallway and saying, okay, I think I'm going to try that way. I'm going to go this way. It's almost impossible. But that's what most people do. Because they're making all of their decisions based upon what they see in front of them right now. If you do that, you're going to be stuck where you are right now. If you're not working with the system, then you don't have any other choice but to make your decisions based upon what you see in front of you right now at this moment. And I guarantee you, just like in the map example, nobody's that gifted. Nobody's so gifted that they can look and say, I know exactly where I am and what should be going because of what I see. You can't. You have to have vision. You have to rely upon a system. You have to rely upon something that was designed to create a certain result. Next slide. Now, this is another reason why, a big reason why, you need to understand why to use systems. We call this the X factor, X graph. I'm going to explain to you why we both do this business, and I'm going to explain to you why so many people fail in this business with the same picture. This is just a chart. If you can't, the line going down and to the right, that's your effort line. The line going up and to the right, this line, that's your reward line. And time is going that way. All right. This is why I'll explain to you why we do this business first. The reason why we do this business is because when you build a network, when you do what we teach, when you do what this industry promises, your effort gets separated from your income. And over time, your effort's going to go down and your income's going to go up. And you will get to the point where your effort is at 0 and your income is at an all-time high. Tell me any other job or career that can create that chart. None. There is not one. Not even retirement, because when you retire, your effort goes down, but guess what? Your income comes down too. Anybody know anybody that makes the exact same thing that they make when they retire that they made on the job? It goes down. Well, this is the trap, though, that everybody needs to understand. Everybody's effort goes down. Why? Because we get older and we slow down. So everybody's effort line is going to go down. Everybody's. So this is a great way to explain why you do this industry. We do it all the time. Let me show you why I do network marketing. You ever see this graph? What plan are you on? Because they're not on this. At least I have this. Let me tell you why most people struggle in this industry and quit. Look at the beginning of this chart. At the beginning of this graph, where's your effort? It's the highest it's ever going to be. Where's your reward? It's the lowest it's ever going to be. This is the exact opposite that everybody has been telling you to do all of your life. Make sure you get paid what you're worth. Well, is this getting paid for your worth? No, you're not getting paid. So why would you do this? Well, because I'm following a map. And the map maker said, don't judge, if you judge by what you see, you quit this. You quit this the day you start. If you make a decision based upon what you see, I made all these phone calls, I did all this work, I did all this effort, and I got nothing to show for it, it's not worth it. Well, it's not worth it if you don't have a map. If you know what that's taking you towards, it's more than worth it. In fact, it's pretty much the only thing kind of worth doing. Everybody understand that? Okay, good. So I've sat on this idea of using systems for a few minutes now. Hopefully it's going to sink in. If you're not taking a systematic approach to building this business, I just don't see how you're going to do this. I just don't see. This is the first thing we teach people on our team is, hey, we run a system. And the reason why we run a system is because we need to separate your effort from your income. The reason why we want to do that is because if we don't do that, you will always be a slave to yourself. Does it sound like I just made that up? I say it all the time. We say it all the time because they need to understand why it's so important we take systematic approach so serious. Why do we have a system? Well, this is why. If you can show me another way to get this, I'm all ears. I'm all ears. We haven't found one yet. So next slide. Okay.